All right, you tell me when. Oh, I heard a gurgle. Are you good?
Yeah, you can keep that in.
Oh my god, I was gonna keep that in regardless. You didn't have a say on that one. You good? Wow. I mean, welcome to the podcast. Base Model 3. He's going back for more. I mean, you just can't get enough of the stuff.
I have to.
I guess. Do you want some lukewarm McDonald's water?
No.
Okay. Well, I offered it.
Drink it down.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast.
How many more times are you gonna say that?
Well, I don't know how many more times you're gonna keep throwing up bang.
Just once. Just once.
Okay, then I'm done. Welcome to the podcast. Oh, see? Can't even get through it.
It hurts again.
Okay, well, I'm glad to finally have you on the podcast. It's been a hot minute since we've been trying to do this.
Yes.
You have one of the rowdiest... Behind us is one of the rowdiest cars I've ever ridden in to date. 100%.
Okay.
And, I just passed my 400th review. Thank you. Waiting for that. And I still haven't been in... It's probably one of the rowdiest cars I've ever been in.
The stars have not aligned for you to drive this.
I know, yeah. It's... Well, what's... Okay, so for no one that really... Because I don't think I've really posted about this car on my channel, because I still have on my computer the footage from your GoPro of when I rode in it. Because that is my genuine reaction. You okay?
Yes.
You're going to be good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be good.
That's my genuine reaction to this car. What the hell is this thing?
So it's a 2008 Mazda 3 that I bought 7 years ago when I was in college, because I could not afford a Mazda Speed 3 at the time. Because this was back when Mazda Speed 3s were not super duper depreciated and were still over $13,000, $14,000. So I bought this, figured it would be reliable daily, figured I would buy a Mazda Speed after college, and then saw somewhere online that you could turbo a car for under $2,000, and me, without knowing anything about turboing cars, got way over his head and turboed this, and it ended up costing a lot more than $2,000. So right now it has its fourth or fifth motor, I forget. The motors aren't unreliable. They're all my fault. Every single one is my fault. It was either I didn't tighten something or didn't check something. But anyways.
Did you first turbo the stock motor?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only motor that failed, just because the original 2.3 Duratec's in here are really bad.
Okay.
Everyone on the forums would tell you.
That bang is still getting him 5 minutes later. I mean, do you want some water?
No, it's
something
just,
to flush it.
Cough it all out.
You got we got PV Blaster. He's taking a walk. So, this is 2000. He's literally, man's dying on the podcast.
This is.
I mean, you don't have the Rona, do you?
I don't know. You want me to put a mask on?
No, it's okay. So
I think I'm good.
It's a 2008 Mazda 3. Now it has a 2.5 liter Duratec in it.
Yes. Not important.
Wow. Shutting it off for the podcast. I appreciate it.
I should probably put it on silent.
What's the motor out of? What's specifically this motor out of?
So the motor is out of, this particular motor is out of a Ford Fusion, but this is the motor that replaced the 2.3 Duratec in all later Mazda and Ford applications. So they used to use the 2.0 and the 2.3. They switched to the 2.0 and the 2.5. So
this is now
Am I supposed to look at you or look at the camera?
I mean, you could look wherever you want to look.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking at you.
Okay,
but,
I'm going to look at you then.
Okay, thanks. I mean, this thing is nutty, because what did it end up making? Power-wise? Your peak power before things went south.
It made 520.
520 horsepower at the front wheels.
I think it was a lot more than 520.
Yeah. I think so too.
Because Mike said that dyno read low.
Yeah. And
not only that, we were running out of fuel. And based on online fuel calculators,
yeah,
I should have...
Super reliable.
Well, yeah, that's how you that's how you size your pump and your injectors.
Yeah. No,
so
it definitely, it felt...
I was probably closer to 550, 560.
the sound it makes when it's under full load is just.
I miss that sound.
It's unlike anything. I don't even know how to describe it. It's
banshee.
Yeah, it sounds like something stuck in a wind tunnel almost. It's like just all of these noises. It's insane. And then after, I think it was the night you gave me a ride in it.
It was that night. We gave you a ride because Mike was still busy. And then we came back, put it on the dyno, and then unfortunately it ran out of fuel. Not ran out of fuel, but the stock fuel tank design is really bad. So if I ran more than 2 gallons, 3 gallons, if I had 2 or 3 gallons less than full, then it would just starve. Which is now solved thanks to a surge tank, but I did not have the surge tank back then.
What is with Mazda fuel?
I actually, just for kicks, stuck my camera inside the fuel tank, and the pump sits here at the very absolute front of the tank. So I could see why it starves. It doesn't sit in the middle, it doesn't sit in the back. So like, if you're in a high horsepower application and you floor it, all the fuel is going to rush to the back.
RX-7s have fuel starving issues on track with like fuel slosh.
Yeah, this did the same thing.
Okay, and then I know the Speed 3s and Speed 6s had fuel pump issues where...
that was just the high pressure pump from the factory was inadequate.
It's always fueling with these things. But now, I mean, our good friend Adam, who still has yet to come on the podcast, I'm going to bully him into it
Really?
one day. Yeah, he refuses to.
Why?
I don't know.
He has no reason to. You got to come tomorrow, because I think he's coming to finish everything up, and then just, like, secretly record him.
I need to kamikaze him. I need to just have the microphone, like, in my pocket, and just tie him to a chair.
Yeah, you just got to finesse.
So, you've had other Mazdas.
Yes.
Which, do we want to talk about it?
We could talk about it.
Are you going to cry?
I might.
You already threw up. I mean, it might as well get everything else out.
I might throw up.
He has a 2018 Mazda Miata RF that he's selling tomorrow. So actually, by the time this video comes out, it'll already be sold.
Clout
Daily.
Will be
you put a lot of miles on that thing. Tell us about it.
20,000 miles. So I had an NA Miata before this that I bought to be a daily while I worked on this. Because this was not supposed to be down for this long.
You're literally the meme that's like when you buy a daily for your daily, and then you need a daily for your daily's daily.
Well, once this was my daily until it became a turbo car. Then it became a half daily, and then once I graduated college and got my big boy job, I was like, fuck it, we're going full. Wait, am I allowed to swear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was like, it's full race car. After that, when I got my job, I bought the big turbo, I bought the Haltech ECU, I bought the, external wastegate.
I didn't know you were on Haltech. I thought you were Mega Squirt, like all of us.
No, you can't Mega Squirt this.
Okay.
Mega Squirt is super low budget.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not say super low budget.
I mean, it is though.
I mean, let's take it easy.
Realistically, I could have ran a Mega Squirt on this, but the reason I went Haltech is for the drive-by-wire control.
Are these direct injection?
No, it's port.
Okay.
The speeds are direct.
Because I know Mega Squirt struggles with direct injection motors.
Hey, Mega Squirt can do direct.
And by struggles, I mean they don't do it. But
no, I needed the drive-by-wire control.
Oh,
Mega Squirt doesn't support that.
Okay, interesting. I just didn't realize it was on a Haltech.
Haltech Elite.
Is that Adam's light that's hanging from the?
Yes.
Dude, under that light, we 13B swapped my RX-7.
That light is life.
that light has seen a lot. And I actually worked on my RX-7 today for the first time in a very long time.
I'm so proud.
Thanks.
I saw that.
I mean, you haven't worked on this in a while, have you? You've been waiting on Adam, right?
I mean, I just put it back together the other day. I finally put the calipers on the Adrian and powder coated.
Okay. So how far is it from running?
I think with the harness in right now, it runs.
Would it start right now?
No.
Okay.
Adam still has to put in the fuse box.
Oh, yeah. Is he making you a fuse box, by the way?
He already made it. It's like somewhere in one of these
boxes. Dude, he made my fuse box. It's like the best piece on my car.
It's like there's a main fuse box in the glove box, and then there is a smaller one for my fuel pump and surge tank in the trunk.
Okay.
So
anyway, getting back to the ND.
So Miata life.
Right.
So I buy an NA Miata. I daily that for 2 years. Great daily. Don't listen to this man about what he said about Miatas being bad dailies.
I never said it was a bad daily. I just said you have to know some things before you get into it.
You have to have two brain cells to rub together. And if you have that, then a Miata is a great daily. I dailied this thing in the winter. I put snow tires on it, and it was the best winter daily. It was the best everything. I hauled complete sets of wheels and tires. I hauled a
This
mini
man
fridge,
is a Miata.
mini fridge in this thing.
What is it? Not a Miata purist. Mr. Two Phones over here.
No, it was bugging me.
Okay. You said when I bought my Miata that the NA Mazda Miata is the best designed interior in the world.
It's a timeless interior.
No, it's so dated.
No, it's timeless.
No, it's not timeless. It's
It
very
is.
dated.
It's better. I guarantee you, it's better than any of the interiors of any of these cars in my
no
driveway.
way. The interior of my new hatch?
No, in my driveway.
Oh, in your driveway? Yeah, well, it's a Hyundai, a Honda, and a...
Probably another Hyundai when my sister gets here.
Right.
It's timeless. It's not dated. It looks old.
Yeah, it looks old, but still
it
looks
also
good.
looks good. Hence,
I wouldn't say it's the best
timeless.
interior in the world, though.
I like its simplicity.
That's fair. I mean, you're just getting calls out the
I
wazoo.
don't. This
Mr.
is horrible.
Businessman.
This is horrible. I think it's people calling the shop and it's bouncing here.
Okay. Anyway, we keep getting sidetracked.
Yes.
I'm like king of sidetracks. ND
It's a
Miata.
podcast. So, NA Miata. So one day, in the winter, the cold winter of 2018, 2019, I'm driving my NA Miata, which at this point is falling apart because I'm a bad owner. And,
This thing would go on to live on for like another year and a half, but...
So, I forget what happened. I always look at cars. Even right now, I'm still looking at cars just for kicks.
To buy?
Yeah,
What are you looking at?
everything.
Wait,
I
where's your NB?
It's at Adrian's.
Alright, yeah, keep going.
I'm going there today to put the seat in because
Okay.
the seat came in. But anyway, so I think I was already looking at cars for one reason or another. Maybe just for kicks, or maybe just because the NA was it really was a very small problem. I just kind of like rage quit for some reason. I was driving to work one day, and the door lock or the door latch was frozen. So I didn't realize that the door didn't actually click closed. So I went to take a turn, and the door just swung wide open on me mid-turn.
Did it hit anything?
No.
Okay.
But I was like, oh. Yeah, I'm like, I make too much money
Yeah.
to be driving this car.
It's exactly how I felt with the with my NA.
But realistically, what I should have done was like lube it up or just deal with it for another month until winter was over, because it wasn't that big of a deal. My commute's only 10 miles. But I was also at work. The people, we had hired some new employees, and we were all kind of like gassing each other up, and they all had nice cars, and I think I kind of like fell into that trap of wanting to match with everyone. So I went and test drove the new Miata. I actually test drove a new Miata when they first came out, the NDs.
Yeah.
I took this car, and I needed it to get work done at the dealer, and at the time the Miata was like brand new, and they had this Zoom program. I don't know if they still do it because this was literally 4 or 5 years ago, but they give you a $5 Starbucks gift card, and then they say, take one of our cars, go wherever you want, and we'll call you when your car's done.
Oh, interesting.
So I was like, give me the Miata.
Yeah.
Got in there, and had like 10 miles on it, and I was just thrashing this thing.
Yeah.
And I went to Starbucks and got my drink. And then that was the first time I ever test drove it. So then I went and test drove another one, and then I started looking at the RFs, and one thing led to another, and I ended up buying the ND, which was, and I was going to talk about this in my video too, because I think it's pretty cool that it was kind of a power move that I had it shipped in.
Yeah.
Because the car isn't from here, right? The car is from New Hampshire. So I wanted an RF, I wanted a club, and I wanted one with leather seats, because the cloth seats don't look great.
And of course, manual.
Yeah, of course. And the Recaro was too much out of my price range. It's like an
Right.
extra $5,000. So with all these options put into cars.com or AutoTrade or whatever site I used, this was the only one that came up
Really?
in the whole country. That was sole red too. So I called the dealer. They wanted $25,000 for it, which was actually very fair at the time because all the local dealers here wanted $27,000 or $28,000.
Yeah.
So I told them I'll pay their asking if they ship it to me for free. But I asked for, detailed video walk around and all that.
Yeah.
So they shipped it to me, and, big. I wish I recorded it when the guy pulled it off the truck and everything. Such a power move, just like having a car delivered to you.
Dude, well, yeah, with my blue FB, we shut down the neighborhood because it was a big, it was like a probably 5 or 6 car trailer.
Yeah, the guy wouldn't come down here. I had to go.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you passed it on your way in. There's an old Kmart that's closed down.
Yeah.
He met me over there in a giant parking lot, essentially.
Okay. See, this guy pulls into my cul-de-sac, and it's my blue FB that doesn't run, and a motorcycle that's sideways across the 2-track trailer. I have no idea how this guy planned to get the motorcycle off alone, if he was alone. There was 5 of us guys there, all giddy, ready to get the car off. It took all 5 of us to move this motorcycle off because we had to put a plank of wood across the trailer because it was just the two. It was like a big cruising bike.
Okay.
So I don't think it was a Harley, but it was it was big.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was a small
it had
bike,
the
it should have been easy.
pouches and the leather seat and
forget about
all that stuff. So then we had to then we got it down the trailer, then lowered that, and it took an hour. He's got these big floodlights on the thing, and all my neighbors are looking out their windows, and we rolled the car off, and then I had to move the red car to get the blue car in. And that was the last time I ever fired up the red car. Sadly.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Big R.I.P. But yeah, no, it's definitely a power move to have your car delivered to you. It's a big power move. But you put over 20,000 miles on that car.
Yeah, I put a lot. I think it was, so at the time the base model was still a Red Mist, so I was driving out to Red Mist a lot. Just driving out everywhere a lot. It definitely wasn't my work commute.
Yeah.
My commute is 20 miles round trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only putting 400 miles on it. Wait. 100 miles a week, right? 100 miles a week. So yeah, 400 miles a month on this thing, which isn't much. So I think the majority of it was track outings because I did 4 or 5 track days in it.
I remember, I think I have footage of you on Autobahn with it.
Yeah, I came out to Autobahn that one time.
Was that the time you melted the rear bumper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carvana, don't listen to this.
It's okay. It'll be gone. It'll be gone. It'll be their problem.
And then I know you took it to Road Atlanta, too.
That was, it's the 1-year anniversary. I'm getting Snapchat memories for that.
Oh, really?
Or I was a couple days ago. That was a riot.
Life was a lot better a year ago, I tell you what.
Yeah. So I had the Gold Pass, so I had a driver's ticket to Road Atlanta. And, I mean, as soon as I bought the ticket, I knew this car wasn't coming.
Yeah.
Even though I did a bunch of track days in this last year, but I was I'm not renting a truck and a trailer and towing this down there and blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to drive the ND down there.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. And even the drive down there is pretty cool because, you drive through Nashville, you drive through Chattanooga, you drive through, Bowling Green, Louisville.
Yeah.
The scenery is nice,
yeah.
Especially once you get into Tennessee. I wish we had time to hit the tail, but we did not. We just wanted to get home. But that was a 2,000-mile trip right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, right there. But,
this year I've only put 5,000 miles on it.
Really? Well, we haven't been doing anything. You've been working from home
since
March. A while. But I really like the ND, man. I'm going to be sad to see it go.
I was literally telling Adrian yesterday, I'm I'll probably just end up getting a soft top after this.
I was going to say, are you happy that you got the RF, or?
No, yeah, I'm happy. So, yeah, I've only put 5,000 miles on the ND this year.
And now you have an NB.
Yeah, so, the story continues. And Carvana offered me, I think, $1,500 more than what I owed on my ND, because used car values are going up right now. Mm-hmm. So I decided,
because we're not getting cars.
Yeah,
from Japan. They stopped manufacturing for 4 months, and it takes a couple months on the boat to get over here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I work at the Subaru dealer now, and I do reviews for them, and they were telling me, they're we're not getting STIs until at least January or February.
Yeah,
if you want an STI, you have to buy.
There's
one in their showroom.
There's an aluminum shortage now too.
Really?
So 5052 which is the sheet metal that they use for body panels, is actually like it like doubled in price.
Really? So that oil cooler I'm giving you, I should expect some.
No, that's not 50/50 too.
No, I'm just giving. I need it out of my freaking house.
Is it that big?
No, it's. I mean, it's like this big.
Oh.
You know, it's a full size oil cooler. It's
Yeah.
bigger than this little sad thing you have in there. It's a Turbo 2 oil cooler from an FC. I tell people it's a Turbo 2 oil cooler. It's the same as the NA oil cooler, but that one is physically off of a Turbo 2. So
So much clout.
yeah, it is. It's just for the clout, you know. I tell people it's a Turbo 2 oil cooler. It's the same thing. There is no difference. Anyway, although the FBs came with a beehive oil cooler, which is just a beehive. So there's the oil filter's on top of the motor.
Yeah.
And so it goes oil filter, and then it looks like a stack of papers or something. That's the oil cooler. Call it a beehive. It's literally it cools the oil right there as it goes to the filter.
Oh, it's a coolant one. It's a coolant based one.
It might be. I think so. I'm not
Okay.
100% sure because I've never had one.
Because the Miatas had that one too. Oh, you know what? Yeah. NAs have that too. NA Miatas.
Do they?
Yeah. If it's the one I'm thinking of, they have an oil cooler from the factory, but it's not really an oil cooler. It's more of an oil warmer.
Well, it's actually on the.
It's part of the oil filter, right?
Well, it's like just below the oil filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
Okay.
I think we're talking about the same thing here.
Maybe someone will comment and correct us.
And tell us we're idiots.
Now you have an NB.
So, once I saw the offer from Carvana, I did some thinking, and car payments suck. And this is a win-win. I put 20,000 miles on the car. I had a lot of fun with it. I did like 6 or 7 track days in it, and I still make my money. So
You're making $1,500, right?
technically, no, I'm not gonna, because I paid 25 for it.
Oh,
getting
right,
21,
right. Yeah,
so I'm
but
losing.
You're getting more than the value.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. You're right.
But I'm saving myself 21,000 down the road.
Right, which is
Huge.
huge.
Because realistically, like, we're car enthusiasts. Like, I don't get anything out of paying that thing off. Like, my brother just paid off this Sonata here.
Yeah.
That's perfect for him. He has
Yeah.
a nice, reliable daily now. If I pay off the ND, I don't get anything except clout.
Yeah. Which you're all about, by the way.
I mean, yeah, that's why this is heart wrenching to me.
I know.
That's it, but it's okay because this will supplement. This will be a clout supplement.
I
right
cannot
here.
wait till this thing is back on the street.
Yeah.
Because really, I mean, this thing, 520 horsepower. It's
Well,
not that heavy.
We need to rebuild the motor.
Well, still.
So right now it's on 320 or whatever it made.
320 horsepower.
It's still
That's
a
still a
lot.
ripper, dude. This thing will smash an STI.
Smash anything.
Yeah. Well, okay, not anything at 320 horsepower.
I mean, we'll
Not
just
anything. Let's
crank
be
the boost
easy
up a
here. But like, no, like a stock STI, this thing would spank, and
Yeah.
you'd hurt a lot of feelings with
Oh
that.
yeah.
Which I think is, you are the only person that can actually put on their car hurt feelings. Like,
Yeah.
you see those like slam Civics that says like hurt feelings and
No,
stuff. That
no.
makes me honestly want to jump off a parking garage. But
My
you actually deserve it.
my friend wants me to go to tuner. There's some tuner fucking
Tuner
Evolution,
Galleria,
whatever.
Tuner
It's in
Evo.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I told him I don't want to go and see the same 5 fucking BRZs with the same Rocket Bunny kits and the same TE37s or whatever fucking wheels people
Yeah.
are running nowadays.
I want to talk to you about something though, because
Okay.
we disagree about something. Well, we disagree about a lot of things. Let's be honest here. Because the only generation of Miata you haven't owned is an NC,
Okay.
and you think the NCs are really good, huh?
I don't see why
Now
not.
tell me why they're not. Because I don't think that they are. As a car, yes, but they're the worst Miata ever made.
But why?
They're ugly. First of all, first and foremost,
You
I
can't
want to walk
say-
out to a Miata and go.
You can't say NCs are ugly and ignore the NB. The NBs are ugly.
NBs are not ugly.
NB1s are very ugly.
NB1s aren't great. I'll give you that. They're
But
not
the-
great, but I'd say they're better than NCs.
No, NC1s are ugly, don't get me wrong. but
NC1s are hot dog headlights.
NC2s and NC3s are much more aggressive.
There's NC3s?
I don't know but I don't know what changed.
Okay.
But I know there's an NC2 and an NC3. It might just be slight variations.
Yeah, I think they offered the same motor throughout as the 2-liter, right?
But like the NC2 had like a forged 2-liter or something like that.
Okay.
Like with a forged crank. I don't
Interesting.
know. 2.5 swap.
I've only driven one, to be fair, and it was an NC1, and I liked it. To me, it felt like a free app for Miatas, if that makes sense. Like, that was just like it wasn't the full Miata experience.
The thing is, you have to define what the full Miata experience is. Like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh no, the NA Miata is the best because pop-up headlights and the interior and blah blah blah. Like, some people, like, say the NB is bad.
Yeah.
But like on paper, if you compare the NA and the NB,
NB's far superior.
NB is the better chassis, the better car, but everyone will tell you the NA is the better Miata because of the pop-ups, because of the whatever, because of everything about the car.
Really, just the pop-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anyone's arguing that the 1.6 is better than a 1.8.
I mean, they're both still dog motors.
I liked my little 1.6.
You're talking about motors that struggle to make 100 horsepower on a good day.
I mean, yeah, it was buzzy though. Like it gave it all. It gave it its all.
But the NC unfortunately suffers from the boat meme. That's really it.
Well, because they are heavy, and they're
not
like
heavy. It's still under 2,500 pounds. That's not heavy.
Are they really?
Yes, they're
I thought they were
2450.
27.
No. The base model is 28 curb weight. You're telling me a Miata weighs as much as a base model Mazda 3?
I don't know, man. I don't know anything about anything.
It's a boat meme. It's just a meme, but people took it seriously for some reason. It's silly.
My FB is 2,300.
That's what I'm saying. When we and Adam were talking in the group chat, and he's like, "Oh, I was trying to troll him by saying, "Oh, your spec Miata is a boat," but you can make an NC weigh as much as an NB in race trim or whatever you want to call it. You got to think there's a couple things that add to the weight, such as safety features, because those are cool,
Yeah.
And
as I'm getting older, turned 23 last week, and
you're a boomer now.
I'm a boomer now, dude. There's something that just makes me happy about a warranty and some good safety options. That hatch that I bought has the highest safety rating you can get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes,
really.
Yes, I'm safe. Oh,
so
great.
safe.
I got a 7-year warranty, and I'm safe.
The warranty do be nice.
The warranty do be nice.
Because
do you have a warranty on the ND?
CPO, yeah.
Does it transfer?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Because it's not you who's buying it.
Nope.
That's someone else's issue.
But that's why I beat the shit out of it, because I was like, if it breaks, I have a warranty.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well.
Yeah.
That's the worst that could happen.
But, the NC also has 17-inch wheels from the factory, which add a lot of weight, realistically.
Yeah.
17s versus 15s.
Do you know what the stock tire size for an NC was?
Probably. It was probably like this car, 205, 50, 17.
It's okay.
It's still an extra,
it's out of the
let's
ones.
just say 10 pounds a corner.
Oh, yeah, I mean, weight it doesn't help, but it does help because the NBs only came with 14s, I think some of them 15s.
15s, yeah.
And you're not pushing a lot of tire. I think I had 165s on my NA.
Well, the stock tires are really small anyways, but it's not like you need wide tires.
That's true. I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah, so I like NCs. I was really hoping to buy an NC, but that NB was just a really good deal.
So what if an NC comes up in a couple months?
I'll probably end up buying it.
Did I tell you I got pulled over in my Miata right before I sold it?
No, for what?
For no front plate.
What?
So I had no front plate on the Miata. This was a couple nights before I sold it. I had already talked to the kid who I sold it to, and we agreed on a price and everything. This was 2 nights later because I wanted an extra week with the car so I could film a bunch of stuff. Uh-huh. That's why everyone keeps commenting. I'm still posting videos about the Miata. They're like, I thought you sold it. I thought this was gone. I filmed it earlier. You fucking idiots. Anyway, and I was going through downtown and...
Downtown Chicago?
No, where I live. I was just driving. I was driving my drunk friend home. And she's sticking her hands out the thing. And I'm like, oh, and I look behind me and I see there's an Explorer. And I'm like, chill. And then throws the lights right in front of City Hall. And I pull over. And cop gets out. First thing he says to me was, this is stock location for this tire? Because remember, I bolted that tire to the trunk?
Oh, my God.
And so he goes, yeah, is that stock location? Because I had the tire on the back, and I was like, no. And he goes, looks pretty cool. And I was like,
Oh, what, like, Jeeps come with that? Like,
yeah, like, what the heck?
What's
and
your
so, deal? Yeah, he gave me a warning for no front plate.
That he really pulled you over for no front plate, or did you?
Yeah,
pull you over
he's like, you're
your...
going a little quick. He didn't tell me how fast I was going, but he's like, you're going a little quick. I was like, okay, what does that mean? Also, I don't know how he saw no front plate if he was behind me the whole time. I must have gone past him in a parking lot or something, and then pulled out, and he followed me. But he
must have been really bored to pull out after you and pull you over.
I mean,
no front.
Yeah.
I haven't had a front plate on this since the day I bought it, 7 years ago. No front plate on either of my Miatas. I have never been pulled over for no front plate.
I know, that's the thing. I had my RX-7 for 4 years, the red one. I got talked to by an officer about no front plate, but nothing ever came of it, because we were at a car meet, and they, like, blocked off the exit, and they made us do a single file line to get out. And they were checking exhaust, they were checking tints. They were it was literally like a checkout line for tickets. And he was like, all right, tint ticket, exhaust ticket, bada bing, bada boom, there you go, and you're out. Like, literally, it was the most screwed up thing I'd ever seen. They blocked off the exit to the...
But were people, like, doing burnouts and stuff?
There was a completely stock 02 Ford Focus that people were holding up against the wall, and it was doing a burnout, and it filled the whole garage with smoke on a Friday night, which is stupid, very populated. And that's what prompted the cops. But then it was literally a single file line. And I had my front plate, but I didn't have it on. And I went around to everyone, even people I didn't know. And I was like, do you have zip ties? Do you have zip ties? So I zip tied it to like the front little air dam.
Yeah.
It dragged on the ground on the way out. I put it into second gear, like rolling past him, and it just probably destroyed my clutch. But just so I didn't get a noise violation. And I got out of there with no ticket. But that's the only other time I've been talked to about with a front plate.
Yeah, I've only gotten in trouble for no front plate when I used to daily this to UIC in the city.
Yeah.
But it was never a cop pulling me over for it. It was, I would come out after class and find a ticket for no front plate on my, on my car. Well, yeah, because,
by like a meter maid or something?
Yeah, because they love doing that stuff, you know.
They're bored. I mean, I don't blame them.
I mean, dude, on the first of the month, it's brutal down there. The amount of people, like, there's supposed to be a grace period, but they don't care. The first of the month,
bada bing, bada boom.
Every single car on the block has a ticket. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago needs their money. I mean, now more than
the thing is, most people don't know this, but if you mail in contest, you'll get off most of the time. Like, what I did most of the time was I would take a picture of the car with a front plate on, mail in contest to be like, look, I have my front plate on now.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Yeah.
I told the officer, I was like, I can't find a front plate bracket for this car. It's vintage. It is. NAs are 20. Mine was 27 years old. Yeah. And he goes, all right, no worries. He's a super nice guy, but it just sucks. And so I was like, I'm kind of glad I'm getting rid of this because I'm definitely not putting a front plate on it. I'm not paying $60 for a bracket to put a front plate on.
I would have just zip tied it somewhere.
Yeah, it looks cheap. Then again, my Miata was kind of ugly. So, the last thing I want to talk to you about was your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because you do have a YouTube channel, Base Model 3.
Like and subscribe.
Named after this car, because this is a base model Mazda 3.
Which is a horrible naming decision.
Yeah, no, I have a horrible naming decision. Yours was way worse than mine.
Why? What's yours competing with?
Okay, so mine, up until probably 2 years ago, Shooting Cars, when you Googled it, it was a bunch of Russian guys with AK-47s shooting at limousines in a field. That was all the search history was, and then it was my little RX-7 video at the very bottom. It was so stupid, because then I'd tell everyone, oh, shooting cars, shooting cars, shooting cars. And they're like,
you're not
I just assumed that they would go home and Google and be like, the heck is this kid up to? He's taking a lot of vacation days. So, but base Model 3 is bad because it comes up with Tesla.
Yeah.
And that's hard to compete with.
Unfortunately. But yeah. I don't even know,
I like it. Base Model 3 is a good name. It's just the SEO is trash.
Oh. I wonder, I've always thought about, what would I even change it to, though? Because it's not like I could do, I can't do, what Matt or Steam do and use my name. Because no one will ever find my channel after that.
Yeah. Boosted 3? I don't know. See, that's the thing. I like Base Model 3 as a name. I genuinely like it. It's
I'm just going to have to grind until I get enough to surpass the Model 3s.
That's what you got to do. You got to start cranking out videos, man. So if you guys are interested, all of his information is in the description. Channel and all that stuff. Because you got some really good videos about the build of this car. I think you're putting in the motor, no? A video on that a long time ago with Matt.
That's on his channel.
Oh, okay.
That's what prompted me to make this channel, because two of my videos are his most viewed videos.
Yeah.
So one of his clickbaity ones, where we first took it almost 2 or 3 years ago to Geared Up Motorsports, which is down the street from here, to get dyno tuned the very first time.
Yeah.
That thing, I think I just checked it the other day, it has 25,000 views.
Jeez.
The next one is after the Geared Up fiasco, where the flywheel bolts came loose.
Yeah.
So my car skipped timing, so I replaced the motor, and then I took it to a local fab shop out in Plainfield and had him...
Wait, where'd you take it?
Corwell Customs.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I had a hood dump at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, I just want a downpipe, want the intercooler to be fixed, blah, 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 blah. So after we picked it up from there, Matt made another video called The Return of the Base Model 3. And that one, I don't know why, but it has like 18,000 views.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so after I saw that, because even when I first started my channel, those videos had like 10,000 views, and I was like, all right, we're getting somewhere here.
Yeah,
we're making some progress.
No, 100%. So I'm excited to see what you put out. Especially, so when this video's released, you're going to have a new video out.
I'm hoping.
No, I'm not releasing this podcast until you have a brand new video up.
Does it have to be base model related?
No, it could be anything.
Okay.
But like, I want people to go from this podcast and go see something new.
Well, so if there is going to be a video, it's going to be about the ND.
So sad.
I have 2 more videos that
you
I
should
want to put
film your
out.
experience with Carvana. Like, genuinely, to give like a serious review of like what it takes, because I don't even know what it takes to sell a car in Carvana.
It's so simple, but that's good, cheap video idea.
Yeah, no, it's stuff like that. It's like, it's the best, because I honestly wouldn't know. If I wanted to sell that Mazda 3 on Carvana, I don't know where I would start. Or like what I would need, or like what information they require. Like, should I already have pictures ready for the seats? And
they haven't even asked me for any pictures of it.
Are you serious?
No. So you can edit this part out, because I wouldn't
and now
sell
we're
it.
back.
Yeah, now we're back.
We're back.
But that's a great video
yeah.
idea. I was thinking about just recording the tow truck taking it away.
Yeah.
But I might as well just make a whole video.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure I'm not the only person that wonders how you would do that. And I don't want to go on the website and pretend to sell a car.
And then start getting spam offers.
Yeah, and then all that stuff.
The craziest thing about Carvana is the amount that they offered me.
Yeah.
Because the KBB for the car is $18,000.
Yeah.
Okay. My friend told me go take it to CarMax and get it appraised.
Did you?
Yeah, a couple nights ago. They offered me like 18.
Yeah.
And she started talking to me. I'm like, listen, lady, Carvana offered me 21. I'm going to stop you right there.
Listen, lady.
I'm like, I'm going to stop. She's like, wow. I'm like, yep. Bye.
Yeah, adios.
And then a couple dealers, when I put my information in KBB, sent it to a couple dealers. They called me. They're like, we can't match that. So it just makes me wonder, where is Carvana getting this money from? You know?
I don't know, man.
Like, how are they able to make these very competitive offers?
That's not your problem.
It's not. It's
your
not.
problem is to say yes, please, thank you.
It's not, but it's just it's kind of weird when you think about it, you know.
I mean, I guess is Kelly Blue Book an average, and since yours is above average in quality?
No, because Carvana or CarMax was like, yeah, this is a great looking car, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, we marked it as great for everything.
Huh.
The only thing I can think of is that they give you extra because they are going to tax the shit out of it. I wouldn't be surprised to see that car for $26,000 on their site.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that either.
But it's because
I don't know if they'll get that money for it. I would not pay it $26,000 for.
It's no haggle. You can't haggle with them. I think it's the convenience. You gotta think like how many like how many TikToks do you see now of all these millennials and Gen Z? Oh, I'm too afraid to call my doctor to make a doctor's appointment. You know, but I'll go protest or whatever. You know, like all these like silly ones. And it's like I've noticed like a lot of kids our age, because we're still kids.
We are children. Yes.
We are very children. Yeah. have this problem where they don't like bargaining, they don't like haggling, they don't like just calling, right? Like, even phone calls, like, everyone prefers to text nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's fair. That's definitely fair. And,
it's like a generational thing. So I think if I was, you know, a normal person that wasn't a car enthusiast, I would much rather just go to Carvana, put my information in, have them spit out a car like a vending machine.
Yeah, but what's a base model brand new Miata? They start at like 26, right?
For a sport.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
An
like,
RF starts at like 28 or 30.
I guess 2 years old, but 30,000 miles. Watching the wind up to that sneeze was beautiful. So where can people find you?
Base Model 3 on Instagram, Base Model 3 on YouTube. Make sure to look for the picture of me in front of my car and not any of these Teslas. I guess Snapchat, but Snapchat is more personal. But Ray513 on Snapchat. I made it like 8
You're
years
giving
ago.
out the Snapchat.
I mean,
Are
I'm
we
pretty
even-
sure I put it in my
Are
description.
we even friends on Snapchat?
Yeah, we are.
Are we?
You just never use it.
Yeah, I don't. I Snap, like I just use it to send pictures to people.
Yeah.
Or, like, I just save it. Like, I sent that video in
for
the
the
group
memories.
chat today. Did you see the video I sent in the group chat of the
one?
gas coming out of my old gas tank in my FB?
Yes.
It was orange. Yeah, it was a little obscene. But definitely go check him out. Base Model 3, longtime friend.
Long time?
Yeah,
you
we've
mean
known
that?
each other for like 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years?
Have we not?
No.
We definitely have.
No.
When did we meet?
I only started going to Red Mist in March of 2018.
That's, oh my god, that's 2 years. Dude,
only
this
been 2
quarantine,
years.
I feel like I'm...
And I used to be intimidated by you.
You were intimidated by me?
Well, you know, Mike kind of hyped you up. He's like, hey, you want your car to be famous? Have this guy review it. He's
Oh
got
my
like
God.
10,000 subs.
Yeah,
and I was just
you
like
know
looking,
me, you're like,
and I'm
this
like,
kid's a freaking dork.
dude, I used to look at you and be like, this guy has big dick energy. And then they would bring up the harem. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, this guy, 10,000 subs. He's just walking around this shop like he owns the place. He's got this rotary. Like, this guy's got it made. You know, fucking BDE to the max.
And then you actually know me, and you're
This
like...
guy's a fucking loser.
Yeah, I know.
Sold his Miata. Fucking like, oh my god.
I love, you know, I've actually heard this from a couple people recently, that they were a little intimidated by me. I have a very big personality, as you know, and they're a little intimidated.
Is that code for big dick?
Sure,
Very
sure.
big personality.
And then now, like, after getting to know me, they're like, yeah, you're a dork, and like, I kind of hate you, and I'm like, we start so high, and then we just, you know, it keeps falling. But I appreciate that you still are friends with me after now knowing that I'm a loser on the inside. So here's an analogy for you. Your view on me is like my view on my NA Miata. When I bought it, I was doing backflips. I was hyped. But then you start noticing a couple cracks here and there, a couple weird squeaks, and now you still like the thing, but, you know, just ain't the same as what you thought. And that's how you feel about me. And I accept that.
I'm still intimidated. You do have 30,000 subs.
29,000, alright?
It'll be 30,000 by the time this video comes out. With that lifter tick video, you know, keeps going.
Yeah. Which I want to talk to you about off air, but thanks again for coming on. I'm glad we finally sat down to do this. We need to sit down with our friend group too, because when we all start vibrating together,
Oh my god.
it goes
the
off the
content
rails.
is quality.
I need to, you know what, one night I'm gonna supply some adult beverages, and we're gonna sit around that weird wooden table Adrian built for his frame, and we're gonna get into it. Get ready for that, YouTube.
First subject on the table, NC Miatas.
Yes, oh yeah, and there's gonna be fighting and shouting. But hope you
Cool.
guys enjoyed this podcast. Go check out Base Model 3. Really exciting stuff. And you're going to have a new video out by the time this comes out. I'm so
I will.
excited to see
I
it.
promise.
I'm so
I
excited to
promise
see
I
it.
will.
It's been a minute.